Howdy friends, Jordan Robinson here as part of Group 3, diving into the case study that we've been studying this week, which was leader as a coach. So excited to answer the questions and dive into a few of the things that I was able to take away and learn here. So first, when it comes to this case study, looking at the things that Kiara did right versus what she needed to improve upon. And when I look at what Kiara did well, I think it's important to recognize that she took initiative first and foremost, both in developing herself and reviewing her team's past performance. She also started holding one-on-one meetings, which showed a willingness to engage, and so she was willing to have that engagement as we read throughout the case study. But where she really needed to improve was in her leadership approach. She made a lot of decisions in a top-down style, didn't include the team in the planning process, and honestly wasn't present or consistent enough to earn their trust. Her meetings didn't inspire. They just felt like check boxes, something that she was trying to do, something that she was trying to complete quickly. And so here on this slide, I've broken those down into a few different bullet points. So the one that says what she did right, a few of the things that I thought she did a great job on, and what she needed to improve, a few things that I thought she could have done a little bit better throughout the case study as well. So why didn't the team perform to Kiara's expectation? I would say a big part of it comes down to buy-in. The team had no real input on the new goals, so they didn't feel any ownership. Plus, Kiara wasn't communicating well or making expectations with them. And that's some of the reasons why they felt short, was because of that poor communication and those unclear expectations. Another thing is she created big obstacles like aiding rigid meeting times and public scoreboard that just increased pressure without increasing support. It all felt very forced and disconnected from the team's social actual motivation. So she just didn't do a good job of bringing the team together, being one, acting as one together as a team with that unity. And she failed to tailor motivation to individual needs. She didn't focus on the needs that each individual had and how she could best help them. So looking at the last question here that focused on the path forward, feedback, follow-up, motivation, things along that line, the second quarter for her is now over. I would say Kiara had a great opportunity to reset. In her feedback meeting, she should focus on things like listening first, set a tone of openness, ask the team what's been working and what hasn't, and then build new goals together as a team. Take the time to sit down and plan together what the future is going to look like, what the days following are going to look like. In those meetings, the real work begins. She has to follow up consistently, recognize effort, and adapt based on what her people tell her. I think that's a big thing that we've been reading in the My Educator as well, when it comes down to how can we motivate people, how can we bring people in, how can we create a team environment. Last week we read in chapter 3 of the My Educator textbook the importance of having a successful sales team, and I feel like that's something that she could definitely focus on and improve upon as well. The last thought that I have here about Kiara is she needs to look beyond financial incentives, recognize autonomy, purpose. Those things matter just as, if not more. People want to feel trusted, seen, and part of something meaningful. And so as she's able to do that, as she's able to help them understand the bigger picture, then she can bring more value and a more positive environment for those that are working there. She should also focus on things like public recognition and personal growth opportunities. Right now, I'm also reading the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, and it talks about a lot of things that I feel are just so perfectly with this case study as well. When it comes to feedback, when it comes to following up, when it comes to motivation. One of the first chapters in that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, it doesn't focus on how to criticize people. It says that criticizing people is bad, that nobody likes to be criticized. And so as Kiara especially focuses on recognizing them and showing appreciation for them, and that's another big thing the book focuses on, showing that she's grateful and appreciated for them, I think the overall outcome will be a lot more positive than what it is currently.